So the most bet and the most popular prop right now at BetMGM, the over on Dallas Goedert receiving yards. And we saw it pretty much right away when the market opened, right? 48.5, boom, that thing started just getting bet up. And look, there's an interest in Saquon Barkley and his rushing yards, right? There's an obvious reason. You've seen how he's played throughout the entire season. Dallas Goedert, it's focused more on the playoffs. Had a good regular season, but it's all about his numbers continuing to climb as we get through this postseason. And a good matchup against the Chiefs team that allowed the second most receiving yards per game to tight ends during that regular season, right? They stuffed the run a lot. Tight ends got involved. It's a good opportunity for a tight end pretty much any step of the way against this Chiefs team. Even Dalton Schultz, right? Dalton Schultz in the divisional round went for 63 yards against the Chiefs. So look, Dallas Goedert's averaging 63 receiving yards in the playoffs. He's getting 6 targets per game. He's getting those opportunities. That's the key, right? You want to see that there's going to be a lot of volume there. And on top of that, too, the receiving yards have climbed every single game so far. And look, this number can get up in the 50s, and I'm still going to be happy with taking the over on that. We got a nice cushion watching how high those numbers have gone. You get into the 80s against Washington and go, all right, I'm seeing this thing go up. We got a lot of wiggle room here to still take the over and just expect a big game from Dallas Goedert as a whole. Now, you're probably thinking about another tight end in this too, right? Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll be honest, this is a really difficult spot for Travis Kelce, right? Because we could look at this in so many different ways. His yards ballooned last round against the Bills. It was up to about 68.5. It did actually get bet down in a couple spots. You saw some 66.5 sitting there, and he did nothing. Like nothing. Travis Kelce did not exist in that game after 117 yards the round before. So you sit here and go, what are we going to get from Travis Kelce? Well, you could look at this two ways. You could look at this as, what if it's his last game? What if he's going to retire and they're going to get him the ball as much as possible, get him involved? And what if they just don't get him the football and he doesn't get involved again because he's kind of old and really not the same player that he used to be and wildly inconsistent? I would stay away, honestly, from Travis Kelce, but if I had to take one here, I would still bet the fact that Patrick Mahomes is going to get Kelce the football. Whether or not it's his last game, it doesn't matter, because it's the big stage, because it's the Super Bowl, and because that's the guy that he knows that he can count on when he needs him the most, when they have a chance of chasing history here. Because obviously Xavier Worthy is somebody that's been a big threat in terms of big plays, chunk yardage for the Chiefs. But, you're looking at a secondary that's really, really good for the Eagles. So, instead here, I'm going to actually look at the under. A lot of people like the over on receptions for Xavier Worthy. I like the under, especially when it's sitting at a 5.5 there, because you could look at the fact that he's going to get maybe some more opportunities running the football. They're going to get creative with him. Against this Eagles secondary, it might be a tough day when they zero in on Xavier Worthy the entire time.